Yo, welcome back to the Freedom Finders Consistent Daily Action Morning Show. You guys already know we go live every single day, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., Saturday and Sunday at 10. Mike T, Shaq T, how y'all boys feeling this morning?
Feeling good, feeling great. Just blessed I got up this morning. God tapped me on the shoulder and said, man, let's get to it. Yes, sir. So, man, I'm just blessed I made it to the weekend, man, ready to get to it, man. Glad to see y'all boys on. How you doing, Shaq?
Man, it's been a minute since I've been on the show. I feel like it's been forever, dog.
Same
So
here.
I'm just happy to be here with the fellas, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful Saturday, man. How you feeling, D. Scott?
Man, I'm feeling amazing, brother. It's Saturday. They said we gonna hoop today. I said, okay. I said, last time we hooped, Jamaica was talking trash. I was out there playing around. I said, okay. I said, I'm guarding you today then. How about that?
Yeah.
That what you want?
Show 'em what that east side do.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
show
what
'em
you want?
That east
You
side
know it.
do,
You know what I'm
boy.
saying? Oh, you try to, basketball's a physical game, you said? Oh, man, okay. 6'4", 250 in the building. Okay, that's what you want?
Let's get it.
Come on, man. I'm about to play around with them. I'm going to get in that paint today then. They don't want me in that paint. They do not want me down there.
But all 6'4", 250 on it.
Hey, man, they got the, yeah, anyway. But with that being said, if y'all do not know who we are already, we are the Freedom Finders, where we help you find your freedom through what we call the consistent daily action. We're going to talk gratitude, positive affirmations, daily actions, and lastly, we'll wrap it up with some wise words. And it is Saturday, so y'all know we always have a special guest every single Saturday. They come to show some love, come and tell their story a little bit, and come join us in. So, but before we get to them real quick, man, just a couple quick early show promos. If you guys don't know already, this Thursday, the Freedom Finders, the Fly Group, has partnered up to help a whole bunch of kids learn some financial literacy. We got over 300 kids signed up to come to learn some financial literacy. We're gonna be teaching them how to turn $100 into $1 million. If you know any kids ages 8 and up, go to theflygroup.org. We were sending out all the books. I'm not even sure. I think we bought all the books on Amazon. So if your kid don't get a book, don't be mad, but people get free books. But go sign up, theflygroup.org. Sign your kids up. It's going to be a 4-week class. So make sure y'all go check that out. Mike, Shaq, y'all got any promos before we get into this?
Yeah, man, real quick. Y'all see I'm sipping on some Aura rainwater today, man. You know, go and get some gratitude in your body. Check us out. If I can get the camera right. Hold on, man. I'm tripping today. There we go. I know y'all see it right there. Yeah, sipping on some Aura rainwater, man. So go check us out, aurarainwater.com. Founded in Austin, Texas by my guy, Alexander Williams. We aim to uplift your aura by infusing gratitude in our water. We are also natural resource conservation by taking rainwater. You know, we are not emptying or depleting our land water resources. We're grabbing water straight from the air. And then finally helping your physical and mental health by giving you the cleanest and purest water to put into your body and help your physical being. So aurarainwater.com, go check us out.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I got something for y'all, man. So physical health webinar is on October 14th, 2 Thursdays from now. So, you know, get ready, you know, get your popcorn, get ready. It's going to be some good conversations going. You're going to learn a little something. My guy Miguel's going to come and talk to you guys, man. We'll have a nice conversation about the health disparities in the Black community, man. So it's going to be a good, high quality conversation. So make sure y'all tap in on October 14th. I'll see y'all there, 6 p.m.
Hosted by
good
that.
high quality conversation, good high quality joint.
Hey, man, it's going to be fun. I can't wait. But with that being said, man, we're going to get right into this, man. Like I said, it is Saturday. We always have a special guest with us every single Saturday. So, Shaq T, you want to go ahead and start to introduce our special guest today? We're super excited to have him here today.
Yeah, man, we got one of my homies from college, man, one of my closest friends, man. This dude is a legend. Let me just explain how much of a legend Buddy is. So back in college, I used to go and volunteer at different middle schools and high schools in the area and teach them STEM projects, man. So I went to this guy, our guest is from Dayton, Ohio. So I went to one of the schools in Dayton, Ohio, man. And he said, "You go to UD?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, so you know Joe?" I said, "Joe?" He said, "Yeah, Joe Dunham." I said, "What? Yeah, that's my homie." And automatically I got all the credibility I needed through that high school just by knowing Joe. So, you know, all you gotta do is go to Dayton and say, you know, Joseph Dunham, you know, you're gonna get all the love in the world, man. So let me introduce my guy, Joseph Dunham from the University of Dayton, from Dayton, Ohio. Lives in Atlanta, Georgia right now. What it do, my boy?
Good morning. Good morning. What's good, fellas? Thank you for having me, Shaq. Appreciate the love as always. It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be here. So excited to just knock out this next hour with you all and dive in and see how things go down here
Yes, sir.
with the Freedom Finders. So thank you for having me. Let's get after it. Let's get into it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you joining, man. We're going to, as the Freedom Finder family, I know we're going to get in the back half. It's going to be all about Joseph, but we're going to kick off the show what we do every single day. We're going to talk about this consistent daily action. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off with some gratitude. If you're in the building, go ahead and put a good morning. If you're on the live, put a good morning down in the comments. We'd love to see who's in the building. And start throwing your gratitude in the comments, as gratitude is one of the most important things you can do every single day. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and kick it off with you first, Mike T. What are you grateful for today?
Yes, sir, man. First thing first, man, I'm grateful that I woke up on this beautiful Saturday morning because it is better than $1 trillion.
Yes, sir. Big T.
Big
Big
T.
T.
I'm grateful for my family, love, motivation, support of my family. I wouldn't be the man I am today without them. All the support and all the, we all need somebody in our corner. So, and they always there for me. So I'm grateful for them, and I'm grateful for my failures, the lessons I learned from those failures. I wouldn't be the person I am. I wouldn't, have the knowledge I do now, the experiences without failing. So I'm just grateful for the failures that I've had in my life. So that's what I'm grateful for this morning.
Yes, sir. Love that. Mike T. What about you, Shaq? What you grateful for today?
Yeah, man, I'm grateful for life itself, being able to wake up, and, just experience everything that the world has to offer. I'm grateful for my relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? That's the center of my life. That's what keeps me grounded, man. Then I'm thankful for the Freedom Founder family, all the fellas, and then our wider family, man, our audience who has joined in and been with us since day one, man. So that's what I'm grateful for today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to keep flying through it. We're going to get to Joseph's story and learn more about Joseph today. But for me, I'm very grateful, just like Mike T said, for waking up, because we know that waking up is better than $1 trillion.
Big T.
Big T. Also very grateful for my beautiful fiance, soon-to-be wife, this month, actually, 1017 squad. 1025. 1025. By the way, I see 1017 twice a day. It's crazy. Every day. Every single day. But anyway, I'm getting married October 25th, so super excited about that. Can't wait to, to earn my crown so I can become a king with my queen. So super excited about that. And I'm just grateful for her making me a better person each and every day. Grateful I got a chance to come out here to Cincinnati. That's where I'm at right now. Y'all see the different background. My boy house nice. It looked like a virtual background back there, dang near. But very grateful I got to come out to Cincinnati because we got to record a video, and it's all about Black possibilities. And the video's way better than we thought it was gonna be. Recorded the whole music. We might win a Grammy for this. I'm gonna just speak it out there right now. We might, if our company puts some dollars behind it and our president is rocking with it, and she Black, we might be Grammy. We might win a Grammy on this one. But at least put us in a video. At least in a video. Put us on TV.
Feeling like I want a Grammy.
Hey, we would have grabbed y'all for this. We turned it up. I don't know what we gonna do, but it's gonna be lit. But anyway, I'm grateful for the opportunity to get together and fellowship with the brothers that I work with at P&G, man, on the weekend. And it was just, Friday night. It was just amazing to be able to do something like that. On on my company's dollar. I'll be trying to keep my P&G name out of it. But what else I'm grateful for today, man? Lastly, I be going in because me and Chris be going in now. But also grateful for the Freedom Fighter family.
That man don't win.
It's only three. It's only three. It's three right here. It's three right here.
Well, you right.
I'm grateful for the Freedom Finder family, man, because real talk, without y'all, without the support, without people get on the show, without people get on the live, watching the replays, there's no way the show would still be alive for 448 straight days in a row. So I'm very, very, very grateful for the Freedom Finder family. So thank you. All right, I'm done. But with that being said, man, let's go ahead and go to you, Joseph, man. As you see, whatever you feeling today, however you feeling, but what are you grateful for on today, brother?
Absolutely. So I'm gonna keep the motif, the theme running. Waking up, number one, right?
Yes,
My
sir.
feet touching the floor, the ability to see, feel, and do, hear, you name it, right? That's all we need to get it going each day. So thankful for that. Thankful for my family, and my friends, that are family, Shaq, many more that we wouldn't be where we're at without each other, and that shared just grind and appreciation and support. So blessings. I'm the richest man in the world. If today was my last day, I'll tell you I lived the greatest life because I had the greatest people. So grateful for that. And then just number three, right? The ability to connect. So We're connecting right now. We're about to do something great within this next hour, something powerful, and just the ability to connect with others outside of this as well. My personal life, professional life, you name it. So the ability to connect, network, and impact. That's what I'm grateful for.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, we have a good time today. Couple good mornings real quick. What's going on, DeAndre Collins? Shout out to that brother DeAndre Collins here every single day, man. Been here since day one, man. He said, good morning, you guys. I'm grateful for waking up on a Saturday morning. I am a leader. I'm a loving person. I am a leader 2 times. I am strong, proud, black young man. I am a role model, successful person. I'm a go-giver. I am happy. I'm stress-free. Just come to the barbershop earlier looking fresh and clean. Okay, DeAndre.
Okay.
Black and gold, Dove C all day long, man. Appreciate you tapping in, DeAndre, as always, brother. And shout out to Mr. Sean, man. Another daily, every single day in the family, every day. So, appreciate you, Mrs. Sean. She said, good morning. She said, today is Super Saturday, especially since we got the T's in the house. Mike T. Shaq T. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What's up, Miss LaShawn?
Good morning. Good morning. Freedom Find a Family. If you new, go ahead and put what you're grateful for down in the comments. We love to read them and see what y'all grateful for today, because gratitude, it puts you in that state of receivership. So make sure we are being intentional about what we're grateful for each and every day. Look like we probably got some love from Joseph, man. First time on the show, but we got Jordan Essex in the building. That's your boy?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show, brother. I said had to stop by and show some love, man. Yes, sir. Go ahead and put what you're grateful for down in the comments if you don't mind.
Appreciate it, Jay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So with that being said, man, we're going to keep this thing rolling. Going to the next segment of the show. This is our positive affirmations. These are I am statements that we use to speak into existence and make it become a reality. So with that being said, Freedom Find a Family, newcomers, if you're here to support Joseph, what are your affirmations? What story are you telling yourself today? What are your I am statements? We'll start with you first, Mike T. What are your affirmations on today?
Yes, sir. I am the master of my destiny. I am the owner of the #1 boxing gym in the state of Indiana. I am resilient. We, the Freedom Fighters, are determined. FreedomFighters317.com. Make sure y'all go get your merch.
Hey, man, we ain't heard that one in a minute, Mike T. Hey, we been missing that boy, Mike.
I almost messed it up.
Hey, man, love it, man. And shout out to that brother Mike. Y'all see them barn doors in the back? That boy grown now. That boy got a house. Yeah. Shout out to that brother Mike.
That's when he made it. All right. Mike T set the standard now.
Hey, setting the standard. He said, I need the barn.
First week in the crib.
Hey, first one in the family with the barn doors. He said, level up. What are y'all doing out there? Level up. That's what's up, Mike. Shout out to you, bro. But with that being said, we're going to keep this thing rolling, so we got time to learn as much about Joseph as we can. Let's go to you, Shaq T. What are your affirmations for today?
Yeah, man. So I am creating generational wealth. I am the owner of a very lucrative stock and real estate portfolio. And then just to really show y'all the power of words and the power of why we affirm what we are, I've been saying that I am an MBA candidate for a minute. I was recently accepted into the Duke School of Business.
Yes, sir.
Become part of the 2024 cohort for the Duke Executive MBA program. So I am an MBA candidate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Congrats, brother. We got to give you a real head clap on here. Forget that automated head clap. We'll give you some real stuff.
My brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, congrats, man. We so excited for you, bro. Big time. I've been been affirming some stuff. Been affirming it. Like Freedom Find a Family. Just watch. For those of y'all that watch the show consistently, y'all see what we talking about, and y'all see what happens. Just keep saying affirmations, man. This is real. So if you not a believer, please be a believer today. Put your affirmations down in the comments. What are y'all affirming today? You're allowed to make it happen. You have to talk it. You have to visualize it. You have to believe it first before you can actually go and achieve it. I know y'all heard that in school before. I know y'all did. So congrats, Mike. Shaq T. Congrats. And going to me for my affirmation, number one, I am enough. I have all the tools in my tool belt that I'm supposed to have. I am a motivational teacher. I am a New York Times bestselling author. I am a go-giver. And lastly, I am living my dream life, not tomorrow, but today. Affirmation.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Love it,
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Coming to you, Joe. I can call you Joe, man. We friends now, right? I can call you Joe.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
Let
bet.
it rock. Let it rock.
All right, bet. But coming to you, Joe, what are you affirming today? What are your I am statements?
So first off, I'm ready for what I prayed for. Woke up this morning, gave it to God, and I let it go. So I'm ready for what I prayed for. I am a leader, and I am the Chief Development Officer with Black Men and Women of Valor, a nonprofit that, yes, I helped a friend with and moved down to Atlanta with. We'll dive into that further on. But I am a leader in the community in all aspects of my life, and I am the example as a leader and as a disciple. So I'm blessed. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm blessed. I'm ready. I'm excited for this. But no, I'm here, and I can't agree enough, Devin. I'm enough. We ready to go, Shaq. An inspiration for what you got going on. Mike T, we just met, but I'm feeling the energy too. So let's get it.
Yes, sir. Love it, bro.
Sir.
Love it, bro. Appreciate you sharing. We're not gonna read everything down in the comments, but a couple of congrats, man. We gotta show some love to Shaq T, man. Illy S in the building, soon to be real for real. Illy S. She said congrats, Shaq T. Mr. Sean said congrats, Shaq. She said, are you coming to the Carolinas or doing it online?
It'll be a hybrid program, so I'll do 1 weekend a month in Durham, and then the other weekends will be online.
Yep, got you. Love that. And to read one of the Freedom Finder family's affirmations, Mr. Sean said, we, the Freedom Finder family, are mighty warriors who are kings and queens that are owners of successfully sustainable businesses which are making impacts. So as we are blessed, we are blessing others, community, and world. Yes, ma'am. Come on, turn this up there, Mr. Sean. Turn this up there. Turn this up, Mr. Sean. Appreciate it. But with that being said, man, we'll go to the next segment of the show. This is going to be our daily actions. And the reason we talk about our actions every day is because we just went over our affirmations. And if we want our affirmation to come true and come to life, we have to put some action behind it. We have to act on what we want. And if you don't, you're going to be in the same spot you are in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So don't let that be you. So with that being said, we do this to hold each other accountable each and every day to make sure we do what we're going to say. So with that being said, Freedom Finder family, go ahead and put your actions in the comments. What did y'all get done yesterday? What do y'all plan on getting done today? And we'll start off with you first, Mike T. What's your actions?
Yes, sir. So yesterday I went 3 for 3.
Okay, shout out to that brother, Mike T.
Perfect.
Yes, sir. And my actions today, man, I need to move around a lot, get a lot of shopping in, starting for the new home. So gotta get some stuff, new, storage. I need to get a desk. Gotta get, the whole nine. So start shopping around for that, and then start organizing some bills. Now gotta get everything organized now. So I gotta get aligned with everything.
That boy grown.
So I can kind of focus on everything. So gotta get the bills and all that stuff in line, so I don't have to search and stress over before when it's too late. So that, and then after that, really just relax, watch college football, and that's really my action for the day.
Yes, sir.
Happy Saturday.
Good Saturday. What about you, Shaq T? What you got going on?
Man, yesterday, man, I went big 1 for 1.
Okay,
Have a
yes, sir. Easy. Hey, the one thing. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a productive day at work. Y'all know how tough it can be sometimes on Fridays to really be productive, man. So I went in there and locked in, man. And today, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to update my financial plan. Got to do some NBA scholarship research. Try to get some reading in. Well, I'm going to get some reading in. Then I'm gonna meditate.
Yes, sir. Love that, brother. And for me, man, I ended up going 5 for 6 yesterday. So I had a very, very, very productive day. But I did not put any of my posting schedule stuff down. And I'm hiring a poster. I don't know what to call it. A graphic designer, but a social media poster, social media manager, I guess you can call him. But I got to make sure I'm getting my posts together so she can post all that stuff so I can automate that, because I'm actually getting off of social media. Y'all not going to be seeing me for real. If you know me, text me because, yeah. I'm just on that right now. I need 1 year clean. I need to purify myself for 1 year, because I got my one thing and I don't need nothing else, no other distractions. But I didn't get that done yesterday. But for today, I have my miracle morning, read, write, meditate like I do every day. Got the Freedom Finder 100. Shaq see me knocking that first 25 out before the show. Had to raise my energy levels up a little bit. Long night. Also, got to do just 3 of my posting schedules. Just put together 3 things on the schedule. Have a great time and a great fellowship with the brothers on this Saturday. Like I said, we're going to go hoop today. So we're just going to get the dub. We ain't going to beat them up too much. We'll make sure it's fun, but we're going to get the dub. And then lastly, some self-reflection to make sure I'm doing what I say I'm going to do. So pretty fun day today with some fellowship.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So with that being said, Joseph, if you tracked your actions, what did you do yesterday? And if not, what do you plan on doing today?
So didn't track my actions yesterday per the show, but I got what I needed to get done for the week and to have a great cap on the day. So obviously woke up, got the workout in, had a great day at work, had a great meeting. And then I did do one thing that I'm getting better at, is just giving myself grace and more time. So last night, didn't step out, didn't grab a drink. I just watched some college football and laid on the couch. So giving myself that TLC and that little bit of extra love and energy. Today, though, the actions that will ensue. I've already got the workout in first thing this morning. I already prayed, already had my morning smoothie. So, we're already on the way, right? We're already on the way. So, and then later I'm meeting with a mentor. We're going to reconnect, spend some time. So just really talk about some things. And I'm going to get my October goals in order, personally, professionally.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Hey, you got some big plans this 2022 coming up, huh? I could tell you got some big stuff, huh?
Oh, it's happening.
We go talk about it in a little bit. I know you got some plans. I could tell. But with that being said, man, we're going to go ahead and get to the last segment of the Consistent Daily Action. This is our world's famous. My boy Chris come in with the wise words. With the Barry White wise word. Shout out to that boy Chris. Everybody text him real quick in the group chat so you wake up. But with that being said, if you have any wise words for the Freedom Finder family, go ahead and put it down in the comments. This is used to uplift people today, and trust me, you never know who's gonna read that one comment that you can literally improve, you can change, or you can even save their life by just reading your one comment today. So don't be selfish holding it in. Go ahead and share that with the world, with the community. What is your wise words on this Saturday? So with that being said, let's start out with you first, Mike T, with your wise words.
Yes, sir. And my words for y'all today, man. Those dreams that you plan to have for your life, those dreams, those big goals, do it now. Do one thing that can get you, to that step. They can get you a step forward towards those goals and dreams. Develop your body of work today. Why wait 5 years from now where you can just get started now? 5 years from now, you can have it done. You can kick your feet up and look back and be like, I did it. So do it now. Don't procrastinate 5 years from now. Don't wait 10 years, whatever. Get it done now so you don't have to worry about it 5 years from now. So those are my words for y'all today, man. Develop your body of work now, not later.
Do it now. Yes, sir, Mike T. Love
Yes,
it,
sir.
brother. Love that, bro. Coming right to you, Shaq. What's your wise words for today?
Yeah, man, my words for today, man. Eliminate excuses, create opportunities. Man, this is probably my favorite quote, man, because a lot of times we see why we can't do something. Well, I'm like, man, well, that's an excuse. How can we eliminate the why we can't and create the opportunity for why we can, man? So those are my words. Eliminate excuses and create opportunities. And the words of DP.
Shout out to that brother DP, man. Making some big impact in the world, big splash into the man, shout out to the brother, man. Life school, man. If y'all don't know, if y'all out in Texas, Austin, right? Am I tripping? Austin?
He in Dallas now.
He in Dallas?
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's moving up there. He's impacting more lives, huh? Okay. But shout out to DP Life School, man. Doing some big time things and giving back to the kids, man, improving the world. Love what you doing with that, Shaq. And for me, for my wise words, you guys know what I start off with every single day, man. Have an attitude of gratitude. It puts you in a state of receivership. It allows you to receive your blessings because think about it. Why would your father give you more if you're not grateful for what you already have? So start your day off with some gratitude each and every day. And I'm telling you, you're going to start seeing a change in your life and improvement in your life. And then secondly, my bonus wise words, I'm going to say this, man. Decisions, not conditions, determine our destiny. Wise words.
Facts. Bar.
Love it, brother.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet. Let's get to you, Joe. You got any wise words for the Freedom Finder family, brother?
I do. I do. I got a couple. So the first being, I know I'm taking after Devin with having a little bit more than what we're giving right now.
Show
But
world.
believe in yourself always. Believe in yourself always. Most successful people do, and they stick true to that, and that's why they are where they're at. And success is defined by your definition. But success to me is doing what you want to do and doing it at your best, and no one else can tell you different. So believe in yourself always.
Yes, sir.
And
Love that.
I love
the
that.
second, the second is a quote that I recently heard. So, I listen to, I've started getting into more podcasts. I've always been a big TED Talk person. I love to read. And one thing I recently heard from a Nick Saban interview, it was pretty tough. He said, on your journey up to the mountain is one of the hardest struggles. But once you become the mountain, once you get to the top of the mountain, you become the mountain. Um,
Mm.
and that's something for me that hit real hard this week. I have a lot of different aspirations and goals in life, and I'm still peaking. Right, I'm still working towards being my best self and getting to that best version of who I want to be. And it's like once I get there, the view's going to be great, but I know I'm going to have another mountain. So that's something I wanted to share in this moment because that's what carried me through this week. It's like, yeah, I want to be the best at everything I do, just for myself, but that's big word right there. So I wanted to drop that.
Yes, sir. Big gems, brother. Big gems. We call them
Love that.
mental scraps. Mental scrap. Love that. And just to add on, if you don't mind, man, because when you climbing up that mountain, literally, this is one of these. I got a lot of quotes now, but they are my favorites. I love them all. But literally, hard things get easy, and easy things get hard. Think about anything in life. If something's easy, typically down the road it's gonna be harder, or you're gonna be in a position to where your life is now harder because you've been doing the easy thing your whole life. If you take the hard step right now, in 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, your life will be easier because you will be where you need to be. So go ahead and take the hard steps now. Climb that mountain, bro. I love that analogy, bro. Appreciate you sharing that with the family, bro.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. One quick thing before we get more into your story, and we're going to dive more into who Joseph is. Mrs. Sean's always in the building with us. She said wise words. She said, when you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. She said, that's just what the storm is all about. Whatever kind of storm that is. But Haruku, Hahihi, storms come they these storms come to change us. They get the lesson from Calvin Mackey. Appreciate you, Mr. Sean. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. You're supposed to be going through all this, so absolutely love that. But with that being said, man, that concludes our 448th day in a row of the consistent daily action. It's kind of crazy. We really do this every single day, and it really does feel good every day. Even when you're tired, you go from tired to a little elevated feeling of enlightenment, just through some little gratitude. So, but with that being said, for this back half of the show, we want to dive in more about Joseph and who Joseph is. What do you do? All that good stuff. So, do you mind sharing with the family who is Joseph? What exactly do you do? What is the black men and women of Valor? What do you do? And go ahead and share that with the family, brother.
Absolutely. So, man, where to even start, right? Just a kid, born and raised Dayton, Ohio, right? First generation college kid. I went to the University of Dayton, so right down the street. Had zero intentions of ending up there because I grew up there. But everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't change that experience for anything. Even if I could have played college football and gone to the school I wanted to, and things could have played out differently. But knowing what I know and being what I've been through, having those experiences have really shaped who I am. So um, recently moved to Atlanta. Been here for a year now. As Devin mentioned, and some of you who may be listening or watching, who know a little bit about my story, not a director, now a chief of development with Black Men and Women of Valor, the transitional mentorship nonprofit organization here. We're a 501c3 in Atlanta. We essentially are working to mentor and help develop and serve our youth, our young men and women who are transitioning in their lives to adulthood. And we can dive a little bit more into that, but at a high level, that's who we are and my position with the group. I'm also a senior sales development rep with Sales Loft. So I do have an affinity for sales. Sales is a team sport, and I love what I do. I love the people I work with, the product I sell, and the rest sells itself. I'm a lifer. Every day I wake up, I'm ready to learn. I want to learn. I feel that if I'm not learning, I'm not living. So just a little bit right on the professional sense. That's who I am. A lot of people who see me on LinkedIn, I do have a blog. Every Monday is hashtag motivational Monday. Every Wednesday is hashtag words of Wednesday. So a play on words for words of wisdom. That's something I started at the beginning of the pandemic. I'm very big on uplifting others, making sure that the positivity is shared and that energy and that light is spread, not just within my circle, but within the society in which we live in, and that's something that I take great pride in. So I get to call myself an author of a blog, right? That's if you would have told me that when I was 8, you'll be an author one day, I'm like, no way, right? But it's a lot of really what I do is to make that 8-year-old Joe happy, right? I want to make him proud. I want to be someone that my younger self would want to look up to, and also with that being said, just to make my family and friends proud, and to carry the torch, and to pass it on. So professionally, that's where I'm at, and that's just a little bit, the tip of the iceberg on who Joseph Dunham really is.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that breakdown, man. Appreciate it, appreciate it,
Love that.
appreciate it. And y'all know what we gonna dive in. Y'all know we diving. I heard him talking about serving the youth. Okay, we gonna dive in. But before we get to that, brother, I know you could tell you reading books, man. You could tell you reading books. You could tell you reading books. When did you start reading books, and at that when you started reading books, does that help you actually start writing? Because I just started reading books in 2018, and I've lost kind of how many books I've read, but I know I've leveled up just from literally reading books. I hope I'm not proving this wrong. If you don't, it look like you read. But when did you start reading books, and did that influence you to start writing?
Absolutely. So, what I'd say my junior year of college, so the year 2015 going to 2016, I ended up having a little bit more free time. And I'm very big on you are what you consume. So we live in this digital age, right? And there's so many ways to consume literature, and different lessons and things. I read my grandmother's Bible every day. So I read my daily devotional every day. So that's how I start my day, right? So I'm just digesting it. And I heard that in a TED talk a while back. It's like you don't have to read 100 pages a day; just read 15 minutes a day, and that's going to accumulate, and you're going to find yourself yearning to read and wanting to read, and growing that muscle and exercising it. So back in 2015 is when I really started intentionally reading, and I'm going to use the term studying. I really started studying probably 2019. That's when I've taken what I've read and said, okay, what is the real impact this has on my purpose and on my being. And I'm not just reading to read, but oh, this is the story. Right? A lot of what I read is non-fictional. I love psychology. If I read for fun, it's probably like a psychology. It's probably a philosophy or some Greek mythology type thing that I can find on the internet. But when I really started studying, it was probably 2019, and that's when I'm like, okay, I have a mission and a vision for myself, and how do I get there? Right? I'm gonna use these small tools. I'm gonna use other people's lessons, other people's experiences, and how does that tie into my story? And how I am the author, right? I'm the author of my life. So how am I going to write this future? And to me, that's when that mindset and that shift started, because I always knew I wanted to be great at whatever I did, and that's part of it, right? There was a Kobe interview I listened to some months ago, and he talks about, hey, each year I want to do something different with my game. All right, this year I'm gonna work on my fadeaway. This year I'm working on how I'm driving. This year I'm working on and I kind of took that approach to my life, and like with my reading as well. I'm like, okay, how is this impacting me? How is this going to give me energy to give others energy to drive, this bus that's going to be my life on this journey? And so for me, that's when I started reading. And now I'm getting to the point where I read some books twice, or I'll read a chapter. It'll take me a month to read a chapter because it's like I'm taking notes now. So, being extra intentional on, okay, what does this really mean? What does this look like for me? And then just storing that in my cloud, right?
Mm-hmm.
So um, that's for me. And when it comes to writing, um, that really started at 2020. George Floyd was murdered. I had depression. It was the first time I had ever been depressed, at least that I knew of. And we can dive into that story at a later date or later in this. But for me, it's like I need an outlet. I used to write, and I need to get back to writing every day. Like, hey, what did I learn today? What did I do today? How do I feel about today? But my writing has changed a little differently. I'm goal oriented, so I'm writing out goals. I'm planning. I plan a lot. I go with the flow with life. I'm very fluid. Be water, right? As Bruce Lee said. So,
Mhm.
for me, it's when I write now, it's therapeutic. I love waking up every Monday. I'm excited to share a quote every Monday with my network. I'm excited to share a quote every Wednesday with my network because who knows what that does for somebody, but I know what it does for me internally, and that gives me a little extra, juice to be empowered and to be empowering, and for me to do what I need to do. But who knows what that does for someone else's day? So, in those sort of writings, that's for me. That's where that comes from. It all started with reading, like getting my thoughts out. Once your thoughts are on paper, it's real.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
man, I love that term that you use too, studying, as opposed to just passive reading. Because a lot of us gain a lot of knowledge, but we never apply that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So I love the term studying. Yeah, I studied that book. Like, you took what you learned and actually turned it into application, man. So I love that.
yeah, man, that's so big time. And I wanted to start with that because people always say readers are leaders, and that's just a saying you would hear, and like, readers are leaders, but like, nah, for real, for real. Every single leader in this world that is leading anything, they typically are readers because the cool part about it is everybody that writes books, they write them for a reason because they probably most of them get tired of everybody keep asking about the story, and they like, I got to tell the story 1,000 times. I'm gonna just put it on paper. Here you go. Go get my book, right? That's why they be writing these books. They putting all of their years and years of thoughts and experiences into a book, and a wise man takes the mistakes of others and learns from them. You can learn all from
Hmm.
all their mistakes and level up and get to where you want to exponentially faster through reading, and that's what makes you a leader because now you can put other people on. So I love go givers that read and people that want to give that knowledge back. So appreciate you doing that. And speaking of giving back, that's where I want to go right now. Because that's what we love. That's what we do. That's actually what all the Freedom Finders started for. We asked ourselves a question: what would we do? If money didn't matter and you had 100 million in the bank, what would you do every day? Like, what would you do? And finding our purpose, and it comes down to giving back to the kids and making sure they're better than us. That was our end goal, our pinnacle of like where we want to make it to give back and make sure that they're better than us. So with the BMVO BMWOV, I had to look at it again, BMWOV, um, with serving the youth. Like, what do you guys do? Can you tell us a little bit more about what does that look like, and how did you guys get started with that?
Absolutely. So I'll start with the origin first. So one of my childhood best friends, brother in life, Sante Hill, um, he's the CEO and president of the organization. We grew up Dayton, Ohio, suburb, Miamisburg, affluent white neighborhood suburb, right? And we were of the other suburbs, the more diverse. Our high school, right, and our friend group alone, attest to that as well. 10 guys that just, we all played sports. Majority of us played football, grew up together. But he and I, right, were the ones that moved into the city. And we instantly gravitated the moment we met. And we always had, very, very similar goals, right? Changing our family lineage, generational wealth, breaking the generational curses, being the leaders in our community, being mentors in our community, right? Giving back, serving. And so, and there's nothing wrong with this. A lot of my mentors are white, and that's fine. But when we have conversations, he and I, it's about we want to be those mentors. We want to be the ones to say, "Hey, I was where you were. Listen to what I have to say. Let me be a sounding board. Let me help guide you and show you the way." And so for us, that's where that came from. Having that kind of shared like mindedness and that the aspirations for life. So He started Black Men of Valor really in Atlanta in 2018 just to be a cohort for Black men, a safe haven where we could appreciate one another personally, professionally, share those sort of things, because there's not a lot of spaces like that, not just in Atlanta, but across the U.S. in general. Unless it's a church group, or you have some sort of ERG, which probably isn't doing what it should be doing, and building that culture. So he started Black Men of Valor in 2018 from that sense, but then it grew into becoming Black Men and Women of Valor. So in 2019, I'd moved to Chicago. I got promoted with my old company, and he reached out, and we always talked about starting a business or a nonprofit one day, just like doing business together and being that that driving force to change our family lives and our futures. And so he asked me to join. And I was like, now's not the time. I don't. I just moved to a new city. Though I love Chicago, been there as a tourist. I got to figure out some things here. I got to figure out this role, and do some things before I know I'm going to be ready to join forces with what everything you have going on. So he did what he had to do. He built a super team. He became accredited 501c3 by the IRS. So we're the real deal. And we obviously kept up. Text messages, FaceTimes, you name it. And 2020 was the year it was for everybody. And we were catching up. And it was in July. He actually was like, he reached out to me because he's like, you need to watch the Kevin Hart documentary. He's like, I watch it and I think of you. And I always hated being compared to Kevin Hart. Throughout high school and college, people always say, oh, you're Kevin Hart, you remind me. And it's like, when I hear that, it's just, no, for real, when I hear that, it's just, I hear you're black, you're short, you're funny. That's it. And if you look up the stats, I'm taller than Kevin, but still, and all my friends, I don't think I'm the shortest, but on a real note, it was something that I was like, why do you want me to watch that? And he's like, because knowing, getting to see Kevin's story on that Netflix documentary, he's like, the way he works is just kind of how I think you would be professionally. So I watched it, and I got to, I have a newfound respect outside of him being a comedian, but for his real hustle for Kevin Hart. And so we were just connecting on that. I had 3 weeks left on my lease in Chicago. I was unhappy professionally. We know what the state of the union was and what was going on. And I'd asked him, I'm like, what's going on with the nonprofit? And he's like, listen, man, I have a great team behind me, but I've kind of hit a glass ceiling, and he's like, quite frankly, I know we can do this. I want to do this with you. I don't want to do this with anyone else. Shaq needs Kobe. And that's literally always been our thing. He was class president from seventh grade on. I was class vice president. Like, we'd always done everything. And so I told him, I was like, look, I don't know anything about Atlanta. You're the only person I know in Atlanta. Find me an apartment and let's get to work. And so by the grace of God, 3 weeks goes by, boom, get approved for an apartment, sign the lease. I'm in a U-Haul driving 12 hours from Chicago to Atlanta on August 1st. So everything came to light in that sort of sense, for me. And we're the work that we do, right? As I mentioned, transitional youth. We work with kids that are transitioning from where they're at to where they're going to be in life as adulthood. We know that society is this capitalistic game, that when you look at the wealth disparities, the resource disparities, though we built this place, we didn't get the chance to start playing this game until late. We built the game board, right? We haven't even passed go yet. So it's about empowering our youth, and instilling confidence in them through our mentorship program and our curriculum, to teach them, like, hey, these are the things that you need to know to be successful and to be a leader within yourself and for your community and for your family. So we have 5 pillars as an organization: edification, enlightenment, empowerment, elevation, and excellence. Our curriculum is based off the first 3. The outcomes are elevation and excellence. Edification is your mental health, well-being, personal and professional development. So our curriculum is a full year. We just revamped and we'll be kicking it off January 3rd. And I'm super, super blessed because we've just been crashing and making waves and doing what we got to do. And this is going to be the blueprint for what we can do across, not just Atlanta, but the United States at some point, taking us to cities that need it. And so that's the edification piece. Enlightenment is financial literacy. These are things that we didn't learn, that we could have been taught in high school. maybe could have been electives in college, but they weren't, right?
Hmm.
This is the generational, hey, this is what a stock is. This is how to properly budget. This is how to pay bills. Hey, this is the importance of even voting, right? Not just on a 4-year basis, 2-year basis, 1-year basis in a local level.
Yep.
We are so ill informed, and it's to a degree, it's to the educational sense, but also, it's not that my mother didn't love me, but if she doesn't know these things, how am I supposed to know these things? And again, that's the lens that we're looking through and working for in this holistic approach and serving and mentoring. And then the last pillar, which is our empowerment pillar, which is career exploration, right? We want to work with kids. Unfortunately, communities have a lack of resources, a lack of you just a support, whether it's our schools, whether it's the families within those districts, you name it. Kids are told time and time again, you cannot, you will not. That's what the narrative has been for not just the Black community, but all communities of color since America was founded. So it's about us doing it ourselves, shifting that paradigm, changing the composite of that mindset and saying, hey, we can and we will, and this is how. So helping these kids that maybe they're not doing the greatest in school, but okay, if you want to go to trade school, how are we going to help you get there? Right? What's the plan
Hmm.
behind that? If you want to go to college, whether it's you want to get an associate's or a bachelor's, how are we going to help you get there? If you want to be an entrepreneur, how do you network? So again, that's our curriculum. It's now a year, and we have certain partnerships with a lot of different people right now. That's one thing I'm in charge of, is making sure we're partnered with the right folks to give our kids the resources to be successful, to know that they can win and they can do in this life, and they can be whatever they want. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the Netflix documentary of Stephon Marbury, but at the very end of it, he's in
Hmm.
the barber shop, and he asks a young Black boy, he says, "Hey, you can be the president one day," and he said, "No." That just is like, and I'm one of these kids, right? I came from a place where I didn't have a lot, and I luckily had the aptitude and just the courage to ask people, "Hey, how do you have what you have? How did you get there?"
Mhm.
And thus accumulating mentors upon mentors and being ushered the right way. But that came with being in a suburb neighborhood, right? Or going to a suburb school. You don't always get those opportunities everywhere. And so that's what we do. We work with 3 different, kind of types of kids, right? You have your justice entry program, kids that are working within the county. You have your kids that are 17 and older within their senior year that are going to be transitioning to adulthood, and then we work with young Black student athletes, because we know time and time again society says if you're of color, your only way you're really going to be successful is on the field or with a mic in your hand, and that's not the case. So we got to help change that narrative too.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, man. You said something super super powerful, and I want to double back on that real quick, man. You said you had the aptitude to ask the question, "How did you get that? How did you get there?" As opposed to asking the lower level question is, "Why do you have that? Why are you why are you in that position?" A lot of people look at people who have success, people who make it, and they say, man, why did they get that opportunity? Why are they able to do that? Instead of saying, hey, how did you get there? How can I duplicate that blueprint, man? So I really want to expound on that message, man. And then one follow-up question I have to the work that you do. So you're with the youth, you're in the trenches. What is I would say the one thing you see in our youth that is that gap from where we are or where they are to where how great they can be, or how for living a fulfilling life. So living an unfulfilling life to living a fulfilling life, what's the one thing that you see collectively as being that biggest obstacle?
That's a great question. We were able to do a pilot program last month with a postgraduate basketball team within an academy circuit here in Atlanta. So we worked with 25 boys, and it's crazy because I go back to thinking, man, what was I like at 17 and 18? So was I like were we like were we, not
Yeah.
really excelling and to answer that question, it comes down to having someone in the home to guide you, someone in your life to mentor you. A lot of these kids, they don't have that. What they have is a
Mhm.
phone in their hand, and we know how dangerous that can be, but how powerful that should be.
Mm.
And it comes down to that, to having someone to say, hey, this is how this is done.
Yep.
And even if it's not someone within their home, someone that they can trust or look at and say, hey, this is how this is done. That guidance.
Yep.
There's that gap. Even a lot of kids grow up with their uncles or their aunties raising them, or their grandparents raising them, or one parent raising multiple families, right? And so
Hmm.
you got to think about, my mom has 5 kids, and my mom's my best friend. We have conversations all the time. And I'm like, man, how did you raise 5? How did you love us all individually? You gave us all so much love. It was so different though. Gave us the same
Yep.
tools, but it looked different.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I attribute a lot of who I am and my success to my mother, because I have someone I trusted, though I'm her successor. Though I make more money than she'll ever make. I'm going to continue to, right? I'm going to do other things she's never been able to do. But she, at a young age, instilled in me trust, that I can come to her and have a conversation and ask a question, that question. And she would tell me and my brothers, hey, listen, right? One thing that sticks with me forever. She's a hairstylist, or used to be, 30 plus years, used to have her own salon, was at JC Penney for 15 years, right? And
Hmm.
was on her way to being promoted to being the manager of the entire department, and
Hmm.
Dayton, living. And she wasn't in the interview process. She wasn't picked, though everyone in the salon wanted her to be, and X, Y, and Z. And she came home and sat my brothers down and said, listen, regardless of if you're a good person or a bad person, you're going to have to work for what you want. And I'm going to be there to help you
Yep.
work for what you want. And like, I was 8 or 9 years old. That moment and that day sticks with me, because she can tell me if I can't. I'm like, hey mom, I have a question, right? I don't have the answer. She had to raise three boys to become men, until marrying my stepfather, and loving him and having him in my life. But having that guidance, that's the gap. That is the, like, if I don't know how to ask a
Yep.
question in the right way, or to move in a certain space, you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely, man.
that's where that is.
Definitely.
Shout out to the moms
That's
out
what's
there,
up,
man.
For
bro.
real.
Definitely
Man,
shout out to the moms
For
out
things
there
sure.
are
doing the.
single parents, mothers, fathers, just especially our black mothers, right? Like, I can't stress enough. And a lot of some of my best friends, that, which is fine, are white. And we have real candid we have since day one, real candid conversations. And I'm like, you guys have been ahead of me for some time, and you didn't even know it.
Hmm.
Until we got to a certain point in our lives, we're looking around like, okay, this is what society is.
Yep.
Okay, let's hunker down, and let's strengthen this cohort and this bond, but let's help each other out.
Mm-hmm.
What is it your dad taught you that you're not doing that I don't even know about, and I'm passing that on, right? So it's like,
Absolutely.
having those conversations and that realness with my friends, like, oh yeah. So again, like, having that person there is that gap, and that's what we want to be to these kids, is that gap. We want to be that ultimate middleman to say, hey, you can and you will. This is how you do.
Man, shout,
Love
we,
that.
we need
Yeah.
here, we need
Hey,
buttons for
man.
you,
That's
brother.
what's up,
We need
brother.
some buttons for you.
Thanks, though.
Yes,
Thank you.
Man,
sir.
I want to unpack that so much,
Thank
but we
you.
ain't got time. I know Mike T might have some questions
Thank you.
too, man. So I'm gonna let Mike T get
Yeah.
it in.
Yeah, I got one for you, man. So, man, it's crazy how aligned we are as far as like the impact we're trying to have in our community, as far as the kids and everything. Like you're doing basically the same thing we're doing with a little twist to it. So, man, I love what you're doing, man. And my question for you is, man, the young men that you're helping, that you guys are mentoring, what are some of the proudest moments or biggest indicators that you guys are actually impacting their lives? Like, what are some proud moments that you guys um that were indicators that you are actually, impacting these young men's lives, because that's what, at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. And that's what you guys are trying to do, is impact these men's lives. So what is a proud moment of you guys?
Well, first, Mike T, men and women, young men
Okay.
and
Yep.
queens as
Okay.
well.
Okay. Yep.
But this is going to sound small, but it's very big, and it comes back, kind of piggybacks off of Shaq's question that he asked me. It's when they feel comfortable to come to us and tell us where they're at. We're trying to meet them where they're at. And the moment they say, okay, hey, this is who I want to be, or this is what I want to do. So, for example, last year we worked with that, the basketball team and the postgraduate circuit. And we have a few kids that went on to get, letters of intent, NAIA schools and Division III, some Division II, right? And, they realize they could utilize that scholarship and that their abilities as a tool to get to where they want to go. That's what it's about, is, hey, like, what is, like Devin said, he's enough. He has everything in his tool belt. These kids didn't even know they had tool belts. Now they do,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, okay, like, when they come to us with that trust and want to have that conversation, maybe not in a group setting, but on a one-on-one, hey, Coach Joe, can we talk, right? Or hey, Mr. Asante, can we have a meeting? Can you come pick me up and we can have a conversation, right? Outside of the classroom setting in which we were going about conducting our mentorship meetings and those different classes, that is when it's just like, oh yeah, we've struck gold. This is it.
That's big.
Where we're
That's
supposed to be.
big.
Man, that's
Love
My
so.
bad.
that,
I didn't mean to
man.
cut you off, bro. I was just like, nah,
Oh, you're good.
that's
I just got
big, man. That's
goosebumps.
big, bro. Nah, because like you hit the nail on the head, man. Like when they feel comfortable enough to come to you, because I've been doing youth mentorship for a long time, and it's like pulling teeth at first, especially with teenagers. Like they don't want to open up, they don't really know you. But then like once you boom, that switch flips and they're texting you, calling you first, like, hey, I want to do this. How should I? Woo, hey, that's big time, man. So I'm glad you
Mhm.
mentioned that.
Yeah,
Hey man,
for
Yeah,
sure.
that's
I just want to say I love that so much, because you talk about, man, there's so many times that we don't have mentors, and the youth don't think they even need them. They may see somebody be like, yeah, bro, whatever, bro. Like I know this stuff. Y'all know how teenagers get, man. They swear they know
Yep.
everything,
Know it all.
just like we
what was,
did,
what was wrong with us? What was like?
just like we did.
Yep.
I know y'all remember the tall T days. I'm like, Mama, I'm a 5X. What are you talking about? I'm a 5X. But
Tall
It
T,
ain't
I
touching
got
my
40.
knees.
My jeans is 40 around the waist, man. I don't even. My waist 32 inches, but I'm wearing 40-inch jeans, bro.
hey, man,
With the
hey,
band on the ankles so
with
don't
the, with
touch
the
the
rubber band.
shoes.
Facts.
Man, hey, the good times. But a lot of times, we didn't grow up thinking that's what we needed. But one of the things that I'm realizing as where I'm at now is, especially as being an athlete, so speaking for the athletes, we've had coaches our whole lives. Literally, our whole life we had a coach, and then coaching's over, and then ball or whatever sport's over, and it's like, okay, well, what do I do? What structure? Who's gonna tell me where to go? And I just want to back up a little bit, because talking about the how, right? When we ask someone, you say you want to do something big, if you want to say you want to hit this goal by this year, our minds automatically go to how every single time. But the how is very, 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 very important. But we cannot always start with the how, because the how will get you overwhelmed. It's going to get you into a place to where all those negative doubts are going to start stacking in your head. And then guess what you're going to do? You're going to do nothing, because a confused mind does nothing. So instead of starting with the how, and I'm going to full circle back to the mentorship. Instead of starting with the how, just like we talked about, start with the what do you want. That's how you're going to meet the kids where they at. What do they want? Where you at? You're right here. You right here, you want to get to right here. How do we close that transformation gap? We start that with the what do you want? And then we hit a why do you want it? Why is it that you want it? Let's build that why up to where when times get hard, you're going to keep on moving forward. You're going to keep on doing what you need to do. Now you know the what and the why. Now you get to the how. Now watch this. The how's still tough to a lot of people, because then it starts to doubt. But your why, if your why's not big enough, you're not going to go do the work. If it is big enough, you're probably going to do the work. But watch this. Instead of how, cross that how out and put who. Who, not how. So the who Again, going back to what you was talking about, Joe, the kids are right here. The mentors are right here. The kid wants to be where the mentors are at. The mentor already went through the cycle to get to where they're at. They know how. So your who tells you your how. So go get a mentor, go get a coach today if you do not have one. Your who gives you your how. Big bar. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Big
Yes,
What's
Jim.
up?
Yes, sir. But I say all that to say, Joe, like who is your who? Because I know it's your mom, right? I know you mentioned that. I heard you mention a lot of other mentors and coaches, but is that person or those people that gave you the how and how to keep moving forward?
Um, Obviously my mother, right? Um, I have a very my family background. I mean, everyone's family tree is crazy at some point, right? Um, my brothers, I was a middle child. So my older brother's 3 years older than me. My younger brother's, a year and a half today younger than me. And, I just, we grew up and went through so much. And I tell them every chance I get, like, you guys mean more to me than you think you do. Like, and my older brother and I have a pretty interesting relationship. He's like, I look up to you. I'm the second oldest of five, but I'm treated as if I'm the oldest.
Mm.
Right. And it comes down to my younger sisters as well. Like, my goal in life is just to show them you can do anything as long as you believe in yourself and you try. You don't have to do it the way I did it, right? And my sisters were so mad at me. My younger brother, because like going to the same high school, like, oh, you're Joe, you're Joe's, and then people had expectations for them. I'm like, I just did me. That's it. And I'm not trying to ruin your experience. And no, that was never in my mind by no means. But my mother, my siblings, my grandmothers. So my mom's mom, my father's mother, my grandmom. So my Nina and my G. My G's my mother, my dad's mother. And I didn't meet my father till I was 7. He was in the military, special
Mm.
forces. So he's overseas for 7 years. He did multiple, tours in Iraq, multiple, tours in Qatar, where he was stationed. And so he and I have a growing relationship. But through that, obviously getting to meet my grandmother, she's one of my favorite people. And so he always taught me, surround yourself with like-minded people
Mhm.
and that people that you see yourself in too. So all my best friends, and it's funny. My dad's like, you got so many best friends. I'm blessed, man. I really am. I just been fortunate to be accepted by so many people, and I'm just myself. I'm what you see is what you get, and I'll keep it real with you through and through. And so I have a coach. His name's Doug Barry. He was my freshman year football coach. He was my head coach freshman year, and then he was my varsity coach as well. He and I connected instantly. Owns his own business, has for 30 years. Went to college. He has 2 kids himself. One in college, one that's playing football now at our high school. He's someone that's been a sounding board for me for so long. Between him and my mother, I'm very stubborn. I used to hate asking for help.
Mm.
So full of
Same.
pride, but you can't go anywhere without help. You don't do it alone. You don't. Mike didn't do it alone. He needed Pippen. He needed Rodman. He needed everybody. He needed a coach. He needed Phil. And so Coach Barry, Doug, and we still meet. We talk weekly.
Nice.
Every time I'm back home in Dayton, we grab lunch. We'll talk on the phone. Shaq, when we were grabbing a drink Friday, that's who I was on the phone with. Because we were just having a quick conversation. It was 10 at night on a Friday night. And so he's someone. He's a big who for me because he helped me understand how.
Hmm.
But it really does come back to my family as well. Like my family is really family and God. I mean, of course, but yeah, mom. And as I got to develop a relationship with my older brother and sister on my dad's side, my sister's very strong. She's very much in my life. We have a lot of real talks. She's 37. She's got 3 kids. My niece, my nephews are all in high school. My niece just graduated, but we talk a lot.
Hmm.
And so she helps keep me grounded on some things. But yeah, definitely starts with mom. My coach from high school, and then just as I've gotten older in my professional life, there are certain people that I believe God has put in my life that are still here
Yep.
and are growing and going through life with me as well that I lean on too. So you definitely want to give a shout out to Terry West. He was one of my past company. He was the black leader. He's the a black man that was running an office of 60 people. It's like, whoa, oh, like we got to talk, right? Like we got
Yeah, yeah.
so
Facts.
Teach me to
he
have.
hired me. He saw that in me and was like, "Yo, I want to get this kid a shot," right? And we ran it up, and it was great. A couple other business partners um, in that company. Mo Sharif, Jeff Vondro, just great people. And then where I'm currently at now, obviously Asante. Though we're brothers and best friends, we lean on each other. I look up to him in so many ways, and we have similar sentiments for one another. But he's someone too, right? Family, that's family. He's not a friend. He surpassed being a friend a long time ago. That's family. So just there's a lot of who's, and I think I call it people inventory. I think if you know who's in your life and you kind of check that regularly when you reflect, you'll understand why, and when you need help, you understand where to go for certain things. Um, and I'm always checking that inventory, right? It sounds transactional, but it's not. It's very real. Why are you in my life? How do you love me? How do I love you? How can I help you? I'm so much of a giver. You talk about you mentioned Go Giver multiple times, Devin. Like that's one of my favorite books.
Same here.
And so like, everything is give and take. One of my best friends, Tommy Hart, went to Dayton with him, right? He's someone that we are very locked in step in that mindset, lean on each other as entrepreneurs and people that want to do things that aren't regular, right? That scare other people. That's someone I look at. I'm like, yo, he's like, keep going. And I look at him, I'm like, keep going, right? Sante, keep going. So again, like there's a lot of different who's for a lot of different reasons. Um, that's why I said earlier, if I today's my last day, that's fine, right? Like because I live the greatest life because I have the greatest people.
Man, check this out.
Man,
Check this out. Find your
man.
people, find your purpose.
Yep.
Yes,
I
sir.
Your
love
people,
that, man.
yeah.
Love that, man. And just I know we're running up on time, so I'm gonna just make one last comment on what you just said, Joe. I love the part when you said take inventory of your circle. And again, it's not a transactional deal. It's not a what can I get for what can I give, but like you said, it's a you want to understand how the people around you can bring value to you, and vice versa. And I think one of the big negative connotations that come around is when people say you use people. Like you're supposed to be able to use the people around you, and they're supposed to be able to use you. Um, the issue comes in when you abuse the people around you, so if you're constantly taking and never pouring back in, now you're abusing that relationship. But if your friends, if your circle can't use you, then you're useless. And if you're useless, like, why would somebody keep you around? So you want to be able to be used, like you said, and you want to be able to use the people around you, but don't let people abuse you and don't abuse the people around you. So I love that comment that you made, man. Take inventory.
Yeah.
Go ahead, turn up there, Shaq. Turn up all the people, man. Turn up the people.
Man, Joe D
Hey,
got me turned. I told you
hey,
that
hey,
boy a
Joe.
legend. Y'all heard him?
Hey, man, we just sit back listening to you, Joe, man. You got something, man. Man,
Bunch of
I know you talking
gems.
about blogger, bro. Hey, man, we need some books. You got at least 8 books in you, brother, right now. At least
Facts.
8 right now, bro. Real talk. We appreciate you coming and sharing some of that love, man. We just kind of sat back today and had a smooth little show. But thank you again. Thank you for what you're doing. It's bigger than just trying to make some money. It's bigger than just you know what I'm saying? Because man, you making an impact in the world, and we giving back to make sure that the world's gonna be a better place, better than when you left it. So
Bro, all the
that's what our
way.
mamas taught us, right?
All the way.
When you come over, you
That's
Yeah.
what
better
mama
leave it.
say.
That's what you better
Word.
leave it
All
better
the way.
than you. Better leave it better than you found it, right? So
Yeah.
that's what you're doing. So thank you so much for what you're doing, brother. But as we close up, if you just got 5 more minutes, I know it's a long show, but you had a lot of gems to share with us today. I just want to end because we end every show with our final 4. Shaq didn't tell you about this because this is a quick hot seat. So quick questions, first thing that come to mind, not long answers, straight to the point. And we'll hit that. And it's just 4 quick questions that we ask every single guest. So with that being said, man, Mike T, you want to kick it off? You can do 1, you do 2,
sir.
and then I can do 3 and 4. If that's cool, y'all.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
my first question for you, man. I know you got a lot to choose from, What is your favorite book to recommend?
The Alchemist.
Period. Hey, great book, by the way. And
Period.
that's a book, and
Man,
that's a book you
shoo,
can reread
Alchemist,
over
man.
and over and over again. What you got, Shaq?
Love it.
I'm on my phone, so go ahead, Mike. I can't see the text.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead and do
Okay,
two.
got you. All right, got you. Let me make sure. Yep. So, do you have a specific morning routine, or any non-negotiables, daily non-negotiables?
Yeah, morning routine. I mean, it's the same, right? So I'm a morning person. I was a morning person in denial of being a morning person for quite a while, because after having not to wake up for football workouts at 5 a.m., I'm like, I ain't never waking up at 5 a.m. Made myself. I wake up at 5 a.m. I've been waking up at 5 a.m. So wake up, workout, pray, eat, gets my day started. Like that's it. That's how we get it going.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
5 a.m.ers
Love
built
it.
different, man.
Man,
I
I
tried
don't
to
know how
make
y'all
myself
do
a
it.
5 a.m.er. That it lasted a good week, and I was
Hey,
like, man, this is
Hey,
hey,
when that motivation runs out, it's that you gotta rely on that discipline, man. That's
facts though.
Yeah.
Facts.
motivation gonna run out like gas. So you better have a backup. You better have a backup battery. That's
Yeah.
discipline, real talk. But hey, if for those of y'all that don't like to wake up in the morning, man, if y'all need a book for any of the readers out there, we talked about the points of reading today. It's called the Miracle Morning Millionaires. That's what it's called. It gives you a acronym. We ain't got time to break it down today, but lifesavers. So it gives you a way to wake up and start your day off the right way. That's gonna fill your cup up first. The Miracle Morning Millionaires. If you haven't read it, go read it. If you're not a reader, go listen to it. Whatever you need to do, consume that information, and not only consume it, but implement the information. And I'm telling you, your life is gonna improve. There's no way it won't. But going to the next question for you, brother. How do you hold yourself accountable? Are you a one-man show, or do you have a team of accountability?
yeah, I have a team. I have a team. You know, I do like to do my best to hold myself accountable, but again, you can't do it alone. So I have, some of my best. I call them the disciples. My ex girlfriend used to be like, "Man, you got so many best friends." I'm like, "All right, so I'm gonna get married. These are the 10 dudes up here with me. These are my 10 dudes up here with me. So those are the disciples, and with that's my team, right? Those are my guys. So I already mentioned Tommy, Chris Jr. being one, Kennedy Obensiri, who Shaq knows well, is a brother of his,
Yeah,
is
we had
another.
We had
Dr.
him.
O
We
on. That's
had Dr.
Dr.
O
O.
on the
Yeah,
show.
so
Yeah.
just
Yep.
like some again, like I can't do it alone. Like Orakai Brown West, my boy lives up in Brooklyn. Josh Foster's out in DC. My brothers I grew up with. So yeah, we hold each other accountable
Yes,
on a
sir.
weekly basis.
Hey, man,
That
I
boy
love
Joe gonna
that.
have Joe gonna have a 3 hour wedding, man. It's gonna be 100 people waiting in there. That
Hey,
boy Joe, we'll take a
It's
brief
gonna be on
intermission, then we will
BET. It's gonna be
introduce
on
the
NBC. We're gonna have it on the networks, man. Shoot.
hey, man. Hey, that's live, man. That's what's up. And I'm the same way too. I got too many. It's like that's why me and Illy just going. This is us. We just going, just us. Too many
Right.
people, man. Too many people. But the last question of the Final Four, Joe, is what do you believe differentiates the unsuccessful from the successful person?
The unsuccessful. That's a big question. The unsuccessful from the successful person. Um, Being prepared.
Preparation. Yes, sir.
Preparation. It's either you prepared.
proper preparation.
Exactly. You prepare to fail, or you prepare to win. Like you're doing one or the other. And just like that consistency, right? You has to be consistent. You can't just be when you're winning. It has to be when you're losing too. That's why I love sales. Sales is so up and down. Sales is life. That's it.
Yeah.
Sales is life. That's all it is. And so, as long as you're consistent and you prepare to be consistent, run it up. You're gonna get what you need. You're gonna get what you want.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I love it, man. Joe, thank you for the extra time as well, man. I know we're about 15 minutes over already, but I love what you're doing. Love your story. Love how you're giving back. And I definitely see Shaq be doing who to bring up, man. Shout out to that brother Shaq too. But
For sure.
I definitely see some partnerships with BMVOV. Let me make sure I get it right. And I'm looking at it. BMVOV. I definitely see some type of partnership with the Freedom Finders because you guys are on the same pathways, and I'm a believer of partnership. So I love partners because if we have the same guy, why would we try to, you know what I mean? We don't got no egos here with the Freedom Finders. We removing all that ego. We all going the same way. Well, come on then. How do we get there faster together and bigger and make more impact? And I heard you say earlier that, you know, eventually United States, we're going to have our curriculum in every single state in the United States, period. Right? So if you already have such a beast mode curriculum, we have a beast mode curriculum. Why don't we make our beast mode curriculum what's more than beast mode? A godly, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what's more than beast mode.
But, man, what's more than beast mode?
You see what I'm saying? So that's how my mind thinks. So we're definitely going to be following up and thinking a little bit more, because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is to make sure that this youth is better than us where we are. So thank you for what you're doing, Joe. And you got any last words for the Freedom Finder family, Joe, before you wrap up, bro?
Man, I just want to say thank you, Shaq, of course, for just your brothership, our friendship, man. I love you so much. I'm proud of you. And thank you for introducing me, right, to the Freedom Finders and Devin and Mike T. And this is just the beginning of something beautiful. I appreciate the moment to expand on the show, who I am, share my story. Also live a little bit on the daily fire consistency, right? The things you all are doing, affirmations and things. I got my affirmations right here. I read them every day. So again, like-minded folks, like-minded things. But whoever was listening to the show, I hope you were able to have some major takeaways. I hope you come back to the show. This is my first time on it. I hope I'm on again, but I'm definitely going to be tuning in. So just giving love to my family, my friends. I didn't name drop you. You know I love you, but let's leave it at that. I'm gonna keep it short. Let's get to our days.
Sir. Appreciate it, Joe. Appreciate you, Joe. Shaq, Mike, any last words real quick?
Yeah, hey man, Joe, love you too, brother. Appreciate you coming on, man, and giving beautiful words to our people, man. And I want to give you some flowers too, man. There's a lot of compliments you can give a lot of people, but I think that the highest compliment I can receive, and the one I like giving out, is you're a genuine person. You know what I'm saying? If somebody says, hey man, like Shaq, he's just genuine, like that's the thing I love hearing the most, and that's the compliment I want to give you right now. I mean, you're one of the most genuine people I know. When the lights, whether the camera is on you or off you, you don't have to worry about Joe doing the right thing, or Joe having your back. Joseph Dunham, the legend, is just a genuine person, man. So love you, brother, and love all of our Freedom Founder family. 448 straight. We couldn't have done it without y'all.
Mike.
Yes, sir. And Joe, appreciate you, man. You dropped a lot of gems. I know a lot of people watching or will be watching definitely learned a lot from this show, because you dropped a lot of gems. So appreciate you, brother. And Freedom Finder family, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. 448. I'm gonna see y'all, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Saturday. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend, man. Y'all gonna be great.
Yep. And Joe, again, thank you so much for joining with the Freedom Finders again. Looking forward to how we can build this thing together, because my goal is to help the most amount of kids possible. That's the only goal. So I'm not worried about how we're going to do it. I'm worried about the who. So look forward to talking to you, brother. But we love y'all, Freedom Finder family. Thank you so much for tapping in with us, man. For the Freedom Finders with Joe, BMVOV in episode 448.
BMWOV.
BMWOV. I'm sorry. Hey man, you better correct me, brother. BMWOV.
I was about to check.
You did say it a couple times.
I did. I apologize. BMWOV. Appreciate you, brother. But that does it for us, man. Y'all have a great Saturday. For the Freedom Finders, we are signing out. Y'all gonna be great today.